One of the hardest things you'll go through in life is trying to figure out how to leave someone. You know, when you were a teenager, you probably remember your first breakup. I know I do. It's kind of in a mall, and the girl broke up with me. I believe that's what I remember. I mean, I want to lie and say I broke up with them, but I remember that, and I remember there was pain involved, rejection, you know, and that's part of what you need to first understand, that there's going to be times in your life where you want to leave someone else, and there are also going to be times where someone else wants to leave you. You need to acknowledge that so you're fair and you don't think that everyone always abandons you and you don't think that you always abandon everyone else. You know, this is just part of life, leaving people. Good to see you, Andre. Love to. I appreciate your support. So, how do I feel now as a middle-aged man thinking about my first breakup? Well, it doesn't faze me. I wouldn't even want to be friends with that person anymore. And there's no bad feelings, but that's just how it is. When it happens, when you leave someone or someone leaves you, you feel like it's the end of the world. But years later, it doesn't affect you for the most part in most instances. Pluto, $2 super chat. I'm glad I'm showed up. I'm glad I'm consistent, and I'm glad and I'm grateful for you in my life, and I'm grateful that you're living your best life, brother. Gratitude is an ingredient of life that will serve you. Consistency will serve you, and I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, for your love, man. And I was reflecting today that, you know, some of my biggest trolls feel like maybe I left them. Some people in life will troll you when you leave them, and they become spiteful. You have to get a restraining order because they can't handle the pain of separation. And you may fear that backlash. Kathy, great to see you. The fearing of the reaction of other people may pause you and make you not leave. And, you know, there's a variety of situations why you would leave. Number one is obviously if it's toxic. If it's toxic, face all obstacles and leave. I don't care. Because if it's toxic, it's a no-brainer. Give me some examples of a toxic relationship. If one person out of the relationship does drugs, toxic. If one person abuses prescription drugs, toxic. If one person doesn't work, toxic. I give you examples. And toxic relationship is in a category all by itself. And that category is get the fuck out of Dodge. Bottom line. Okay. Don't go to therapy for 10 years to listen to what I just told you in 3 minutes. Okay. I respect your time, respect your own time. So now, to be fair, every relationship is not toxic. Pluto says, I'm glad I learned from you the importance of consistency and showing up. Well, I do it as an example and as a benefit in my own life. And then, like I always tell you guys and girls, it will only benefit you. When you show up and you're consistent, you know who it benefits you. And if people really want to be empowered, not manipulated, they'll receive that message. If they don't, they'll never receive any message. They'll play guilt trips. When should you leave someone if there's guilt trips involved? Guilt trips is a toxic thing. It's a form of emotional manipulation. So, of course, we've always heard that, you know, physical abuse, which is a disaster, is a abuse, and it is. However, emotional abuse, guilt trips is a big part of that, is toxic. You know, you can't live your life without being played, you know, without being pulled on strings, you know. It's like, you know, come on. The only relationships that are even worth working on are ones where both people feel a level of free. Now, do those exist? Very hard, because it's hard to be in a relationship and be free. You're not free. You're not independent. You know, again, a relationship is the opposite of being independent. Now, when you leave someone, does that apply to only lovers? No. You may need to leave your job. What did I learn my very first job, and what do I teach you? Never leave your job until you secure another job. And also what I learned is when you get ready to leave, you put in your 2 weeks notice. Okay. Why? Because this develops things that benefit you. Benefit you. What are we kind of talking about on the channel? Your best life. What are we trying to talk about? Cutting through the therapy bullshit, cutting through the people who just, want to, strip club your emotions, okay? Or strip club your money bag. Hey, look, guys, I'm on here to make side revenue, okay? But at the same time, I'm a straight shooter for the most part, giving you some entertainment, but mainly information and inspiration, motivation. And one of the hardest things in life is going to be figure out how to leave people, okay? Good to see you, Adam. Love to you, man. Now, can you leave someone if they depend on you, like Adam's taking care of his parents? Well, again, I mean, every situation is different, right? If your parents have no one else, and you can handle it, then fine. But again, if your parents require full-time care around the clock, they need insulin shots, they need to be bathed, and you have to work a full-time job. No, they need to be in a home. Because there's no way you can take care of yourself and others as a middle-aged person. So it all depends. Now, if you're retired or if you're financially independent and you have the capacity to take care of someone else full-time, then hey, I mean, that's up to you. But I always tell you, there's good to have boundaries. Like you're a son, not an RN. You're a son, not a surgeon. So, well, the sister took care. Well, the sister, she's not a carpenter. She may be a caretaker or, whatever. So everyone is different. But there's nothing that's permanent. So we have to try to figure out, how do we navigate when to leave? Well, here's another one I heard and I went through in my own life. My parents got divorced at the age of 8. Many people say, well, I'm going to leave when my kids are 18. Shame on you. I'm thankful that my parents got divorced at 8. Why? Because they were two different people. Okay. And they both did the best they could. And I believe overall, I'm blessed to have my parents. Okay. They did the best they could, and I lived a great life overall. Okay, especially compared to many people I know. But I'm glad they didn't stay together until I was 18 just to fill a quota. Okay. Why? Because I sensed the energy in the house. You sense guys, when I'm in a bad neighborhood, I don't feel like I'm in tropical paradise. Let me get the fuck out of Dodge, okay? When I go looking at home bases, or when I go, there's an energy to each town. That's what I learned being a nomad traveler. Every energy, even in the same state, even in the same county, has different energy. I want to give you this example. When you were young and after school, you went to certain friend's house. Every one of your friends' house had an energy. Like there was one friend, it was the party house, okay? It was another friend, this guy always watched horror movies. It was like a dark energy. There was one friend where it always smelled like something curry or ass, you know what I mean? Every friend had an energy. You remember, okay? And so it's like that with relationships. Every relationship has an energy, you know what I mean? And you're going to have to figure out if the energy does not make you at ease. I often talk about you don't want to be too comfortable in life. A lot of people choose the recliner over the incliner and they destroy their life. People take naps and their life sucks. They're in debt, their mental health, their physical health is a shithole. And they're looking to buy an inverter battery pack and live in their van. But if they take a nap, guys, they're done. Okay, they're done. However, at the end of your day, not the middle of your day, at the end of your day, you need to come home, whether it's in your van or a mansion, and you need to be at peace. That energy needs to be, relaxed. That's the only time you need comfortable life, is at the end of the day to shut your body down and get the proper sleep. And so if you don't have that energy wherever you're at, whatever your living circumstance, time to leave. Now, how do you get away from it, though? It's not easy. There's going to be friction. I've had jobs, even when I gave the 2 weeks notice, there was still a little friction with the energy. Because people feel like you're leaving me behind. The trolls feel like, oh, you left me behind. Everyone feels like you left them behind. And there's probably times where you and we all felt like we've got left behind. This is part of life. But life is constant change. Life, you can't hold on too tight. And you can adapt. Guys, this butt ugly chick, and I'm going to say, she don't know who I'm talking, she probably don't watch And she ugly. I know she ugly. Because I'm going to tell you, well, I knew she was ugly then too, probably, but whatever. But this chick now, the first chick that ever broke up with me, guys, you couldn't pay me. She couldn't pay me. Okay, believe me. And she got disaster. Okay? So, but if I take myself back to that moment, it was a disaster for me. Like, oh my God, And you have to remember that when you're faced with leaving someone or someone's leaving you, it's a disaster. No way around it. But both parties will adapt. And if they don't adapt quick enough, then you get a restraining order. That's it. Okay. And we're going to talk some more about this, but I'm going to take a hydration break. Then we're going to read all live comments. You know what it is, guys. We have to go forward. We have to go forward. We have to go forward. Why? Because it's the only way to keep your sanity. Most people insane. Shit. That's right. It's the only way to keep your sanity. Let's take a hydration break. Click that thumbs up. Click the blue join button. You want to be a member and join the chats. Adam, wish I was in Florida today. Laughing. Rain and snow mix here. Oh, God bless you, man. In Michigan, I feel for your heart. 37 years I grew up in New Jersey. Snowstorms, hurricanes, etc. And so I paid my dues. I got the snow shovel scars in my mind to prove that I've suffered through the winters. I woke up and I said, wow, why would I want to waste 6 to 8 months out of the year, every year, for the rest of my life to live in a state like New Jersey or any other state? Even though New Jersey, it's better to grow up in New Jersey than Kentucky, than Tennessee, than many of these places. Shout out to them. But look, especially back in the day, look, New Jersey has good job opportunities. Now, things are different. With technology and everything, there's so many opportunities everywhere. Okay, so I don't like to change the seasons. So many people lied because they were too lazy to leave, or they don't like to sweat. Never listen to someone who say I like to change the seasons. Every state has bad weather, okay? Some parts of the year, okay? So, every state, some states have tornadoes in the middle of the country. California has great weather, but there's earthquake possibilities. There's wildfires. Florida has the hurricane season, September, October, okay? Northeast has the blizzards, etc. Even though, again, Hurricane Sandy was up there. It was a disaster. So, you just want to know what state overall fits your personality. And you have to accept that nothing's perfect. And then you figure it out. It wasn't easy to leave New Jersey, though. It wasn't easy. Wasn't easy, even though I wanted to sell my house. It wasn't easy to separate. Look, like I said, the first time I drove from New Jersey to Florida, I remember I tried to do it all in one night because I was scared. I was driving by myself. First time I ever drove all the way down. I've been to Florida. I took the plane. I took the train. But it's my first time driving. And I got to South Carolina and I almost turned around. I said, man, this is too long and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I turned over on I-95. I turned off on the rest area. And I was this close to turning around. But I pushed past the pain and I kept going south. And I'm so thankful I did. Is my life perfect in Florida? No. Is it better? Yes. Why? Because the weather and the culture sit better with my soul. Period. Okay. And so that's just some examples. Good job. Hal, what's good, Sam? What's good, brother? I just woke up from a nap. Don't tell me that I'll block you. I fell out around 4 p.m. Well, the reason is because I went a little extra hard with my workouts today. My body just shut down. Hope not till 2 a.m. Yeah, you're going to be up all night. I love you. I love you, brother. But what I can tell you is that this is why you need to work. Because when you don't work, you're not in a rhythm. Like right now, you're out of the rhythm, man. Now, look, again, I want people to be disciplined enough eventually to retire early to live off investments so they don't have to work. I don't believe, so to me, I'm not trying to make people work. I get nothing out of it. But what I'm trying to tell you from my experience in life, this is what happens. When you're out of work so long and you're not disciplined, what happens is your sleep schedule gets messed up. Your habits, your routines, your goals in life get messed up. And before you know it, you're sloshing around. And before you know it, you're not living any of your dreams. It's like, because to leave a person or to leave a state, to leave your past, there's an intensity, there's a focus. Taking a nap and not making progress is total opposite of focus. What's the difference between a laser and a light focus? Okay. What's the difference, okay, between someone, taking a nap and someone not? Productivity. What's the difference between productivity and being idle? Money bag, again, goals, and better mental health, better physical health. Guys, when 10, 11 o'clock comes at night, I sleep like this. And I sleep in a car with no air conditioning, no mattress, nothing. People got 2 air conditioners. They got a queen size bed. They got a mattress topper. They got temperature control. They got a big screen TV, and they're up all night. And what I can tell you is this: it's because they take naps. It's because they're not structured. They don't understand time management. I didn't understand time management. Was I ever in my condo on my Italian leather sofa or my Italian platform bed, sitting up all night looking at TV? Yeah. Why? Because, guys, I didn't always understand or practice time management. I've been immature. But when I was a child, I spoke like a child and reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put away childish things. Okay. Now, some people never put away childish things. They're like Nas, living in their second childhood, like that song from Stillmatic. Okay. They're in their mom's house, breaking furniture, watching Comic View. Okay. And what I can tell you is this: it's a disaster. Okay. That's why Nas made a whole song about it. So let's continue. Hal, don't block me. All right, you got it, brother. You're only on one strike, man. I love you. I appreciate your support. So, look, Hal, I know you're a good person. I know you're figuring out life. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate Kathy. I appreciate Pluto. Thank you again. And my man Adam and Andre. Love to you both. Look, I think about the hardest times of my life. And they are partly entangled with the ability to leave someone or something. Whether a person, whether a job, whether a state. Whether you're leaving a relationship, whether you're leaving a job, or whether you're leaving your physical location, your state. And you need to do things in order, not recklessly. You need to understand who you're dealing with. And you need to really be focused, because it is not going to be easy to leave someone. It is not. It's not going to be, even when you put in 2 weeks notice, it's not easy to leave a job. Again, even when you do everything right and you didn't cheat on someone, just if you've decided that, you've outgrown them, guys, it's not going to be easy. And you better be getting the right amount of sleep. You better be working out, because the stress that leaving someone causes is a disaster. That's why I'm so detached, because, guys, I don't want to go through all that anymore. It's a disaster. So, hopefully me talking this out will help you a little bit. How? Tomorrow I will push myself to not nap, no matter how I get tired. It was a foul tip strike. All right, brother, I hear you. All right. Hey, look, I've been in that algorithm, and I remember saying, well, I'm going to stay up all night to reset my sleep schedule. You know what that's like? That's like a lazy psychopath taking a cold shower. You can't stay up all night to reset your sleep cycle. The only way to do it is to wake up early, stay productive all day, okay, and then go to sleep at night. And you got to get back in some things. That's why there's value in sometimes doing things you don't want to do, because you want to take a nap, but you don't want to go to work. And when you don't go to work, you're going to take a nap. And when you go to work, you don't take a nap. And when you come home, you're tired, you go to sleep. Now, there's a balance. Again, one of my last goals here is to retire early. So I'm not going to shame anyone for not wanting to work, especially if you're a senior or you're disabled or you got the money bag. However, if you don't got the money bag and you're not any of those things, you're just hurting yourself. Why? Because your life, not anyone else's. Again, I'm not counting anyone's money, guys. Hey, look, to me, I'm all for universal basic income. Don't bother me none. It's a big part of life, guys. Bottom line. Good job. Love to you, Hal. Adam, I have 60% of my family lives in Florida. Oh, okay. I wouldn't move anywhere near them. So living in Michigan is not a problem. Unfortunately, though, right now my parents need me. The doctors told me if I wasn't there, they would put them in a home. Well, again, I don't know your circumstance, but they may be better in a home, because I don't know your ability to take care of 2 adults that need full-time caretaking. Maybe you do have that ability. But I know very few people, that have the ability, the skill set, it's a skill to be a caretaker, have the ability, the skill set, the medical IQ, the emotional capacity to take care of 2 senior citizen people with severe health issues, full time, and work a job. I don't know anyone that can do that. And so I don't even, like, if I was a doctor, I think that doctor is foolish. You know, I don't know your situation. Maybe they're somewhat independent. But if your parents are totally not independent, they're totally dependent on others for, like, their food, their washing. You're washing both of your parents at night. You know, you're sponge bathing them, you're changing them, you're feeding them, you're giving them insulin or whatever. There's no way any person, even a doctor, could be able to do that all day. There's no way. So, again, I don't know the circumstance. So, obviously I defer to you on that, but that's my honest viewpoint on that. I think that's, I don't know. That's there's a lot there to unpack, But, certainly I'm not preaching just get up and leave them. But certainly I'm not going to preach just stay because you're the only one, because, that's not necessarily healthier either. It's like, you have to really analyze and talk that through and look at the actual care that's needed and that's being given. Because like I say, the reason the caretaker becomes the undertaker is because the caretaker's in over their head. And when you're in over your head, you know what you wish? It would just go away. And you wish it would just go away, and then you wish death, and then they die, and then you feel guilty. And the reason you feel guilty is because you were trying to do too much. And I've been through similar things, and what I can tell you is it's a very toxic situation to be a caretaker. Toxic if that's not your job and you're not at your job. When you're at your home is your sanctuary. If you're being a full-time caretaker at your home, that's toxic because you have nowhere to relax. So I am very strong viewed on that. I mean, guys, look, it's a disaster when people get to that point. So there's no easy answer. But I can tell you, this is how I feel. Good job, Adam. It's a lot of stress. Oh, I can feel it myself. But right now, all they have. No, they have the doctors. They have Medicare. They have Social Security. They have a first world country society and infrastructure that separates us from a third world country. In a third world country, you have kids to take care of you when you're old. In a first world country, we have modern medicine, we have Social Security, we have Medicare, we have nursing homes, we have assisted living. Guys, we're not in a third world country. So, and again, if you're in over your head, you're not taking care of them, you're hurting them and you're hurting yourself. So you got to think about that, but I'm not saying I know all the situation, but I'm saying you got to think about this. Adam, my dad's still pretty independent. He has a little bit memory issues. My mom has dementia really bad. Well, is your dad helping to take care of your mom too? See, to me, what I see in the spirit is your dad getting mad at your mom, you then hollering at your dad, your mom's going all over the place because she doesn't really know what's going on, and a toxic environment with a capital T. And right now, I want to call elderly assisted living and say, get these people in a home. Because that's what I see right now in the spirit. I see arguments and toxicity because I see eventually people only have so much capacity. And this is not an assisted living facility. This is a house with people that have too much on their plate and they're not trained in dealing with severe medical issues. That's what I see in the spirit. I could be wrong. Marcel, what's up, man? Shout out to the UK. Love to you, brother. Great to see you, man. Good people in here, man. Yeah, man, we're all over the world. We got 2 people that love North Cali. Pluto, he's in North Cali. Marcel wants to get to North Cali. Thank you again, Pluto, for that super chat. Andre in New Jersey. Kathy in Chicago. Adam in Michigan. Hal in BK. And what I can tell you is this. There's some parts of life that there's no easy answer. However, some parts of life are unnecessary suffering. And part of unnecessary suffering is the unwillingness to leave. I want to say that again. In life, there's a level of suffering you just can't avoid, and it's part of life. However, there is much unnecessary suffering due to a person's inability to leave a situation that's toxic, or that's expired, or that's just not the best situation. And the reason people stay is because they are creatures of habit. Humans are creatures of habit, not of adaptation. To see someone adapt is a miracle, and it is. For someone to be caught in a rut and a routine, even if it's misery, is normal. And I'm against it. Good job, Adam. Yes, my dad looks after my mom under percent all the time period. But I can tell he's getting wore out myself. Yeah, I mean, keep your eye out, because that's what I see in the spirit. Like, he's going to start, probably being more aggressive with your mom. That's going to hurt you. And I just see a toxic situation. If your mom has full-blown dementia, I'm not saying she should just automatically be put in a home. But I'm saying that there should be a caretaker that at least visits the house. Why? Because your dad needs a break, you need a break. No one works 24/7, 365 without any breaks. That's unhealthy. You'll kill yourself, and you won't do your job. Studies show that when you take breaks, you're more productive. Not naps, breaks. You're more productive. You do better things. So basically right now, what your father is, he's not retired. He is a full-time medical nurse to a woman with dementia. And you are an assistant nurse. And you guys you never take off. You're on 24/7, 365. Unless you have someone visiting the house as a nurse, so that you can both take a break. And I recommend when you take a break, don't stay in the house. You should leave the house. He should leave the house. So, these are my opinions. This is not an easy part of life. So I don't want to sit here. I know I'm sitting here like it, but I know it's not an easy part of life. And believe me, you got to pray for the grace of God, but you got to use wisdom. Because no one, it's not good for anyone, man, for you to be in a situation that's so emotionally straining, that's so underserving to everyone involved, that just for the sake of doing it, and part of that doing it is a guilt. Again, like I started the live feed, guys, a lot of people still don't understand emotional abuse. They think of it as narcissism. No, sometimes emotional abuse is you staying because you feel guilty. If you leave, it's wrong. Now, look, I'm not saying everyone should leave or abandon responsibilities, because I'm a very responsible person, always have been. But I'm saying I see through the bullshit, and I've lived through the bullshit, is that sometimes you need to leave, okay? And everyone needs to evaluate that themselves. Good job. Adam, 100%. Love to you, brother. Thank you, Adam. But on a positive note, I cleared my goal at work today. Well, that's what I like to hear. I love how you switched your mind to a positive attitude, a grateful attitude, and a forward attitude. And I love that you hit a goal. I love that you didn't take a nap. Shout to you. Hal's got a scripture. Let's see what Hal got to say. 1 Corinthians 13. Is that the love? Is that the love? We're going to read that. I believe that's Paul the Apostle when he wrote about love, right, Hal? You know who Paul the Apostle was, right? He tortured people. You know what he also wrote, right? That slaves should obey their slave masters, that women shouldn't speak in the church, that people should stay single. So I think Paul had some great writings. However, I also think Paul was a little bit of a hypocrite. He spent most of his life torturing people. And then he said, be patient and kind. Like Moses killed 3,000 people, men, women, and children. And then he gave you a commandment saying not to kill. Look, guys, the Bible is good, and I believe in God, believe in Jesus, and I respect every religion. But I also feel I'm not going to listen to a man or anyone tell me about the definition of love when they spent most of their life torturing someone. I think that some of what is in that scripture is wisdom. However, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to be patient with a toxic situation. So that's how I've learned over time to look at the scriptures. What should everyone do? Whatever they want, because we're free, right? We're independent. Or are we just slaves to listening to whatever the scriptures say? I'm not doing that. So this is how the scriptures have used to control people. A torturer tells you just love everyone and obey your master and be quiet. And Moses kills everyone, then tells you not to kill. And it just goes on and on and on. You know, Muhammad is having sex with underage girls, and he tell you about this and that. You can name any of them. Okay. Now, does that mean that all of them are bad? No, some of them are inspired by God, just like everyone, but they still human. Okay, and so, look, it is what it is. And who chose what to put in those books? Come on, guys. It's, we're at the point now where it's like, I don't know. It's like, you just get to a different level of understanding, and some people can't handle it. Some people cannot handle the fact that everything they knew growing up is now different. And that's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's why Jesus got crucified. Because people couldn't stand for Jesus to say, no, look, you don't got to do this, you don't got to do that. That's why they put him on a cross and killed him. Yeah, the religious leaders. So if you say now that you disagree with some stuff in there, what do you think they do? Yeah, they think the same thing. Say, guys, look, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? The fucking assholes out there anyway. Good job. I got a troll with some of the worst mental health you ever seen in your life. And they try to act like, they believe in God and stuff, and they're so vengeful. They're so nasty. You should see some of the comments they leave. It's like a total disrespect to humanity, to God. So for me, guys, I take everything with a grain of salt, okay? And loved you. Good job, Hal. Loved you, man. Jesse, I really want to share this. Well, go ahead. Speak on it. The court system has a rule where they select a professional legal guidance for the elderly to take over their assets. Okay, I'm not too familiar with that, but I keep speaking on it, Jesse. Thank you for sharing. Hal, that hits hard. I love you, brother. Jesse, and I do believe in love, patience, kindness, all that. I'm just adding balance. Love to you. Jesse, the problem is that there isn't any great oversight. Oh, here, amen, says the Yacht Club. And it has become a business for money-hungry people. Everything's a business, guys and girls. And it's tough. It's like, who is in charge of oversighting your life? You. The problem is, guys, I always tell people, you don't want to sue, you don't want to go to court unless you absolutely have to. You don't want to lock heads with someone unless you have no other choice. Like I always tell you guys, you ever see episodes of Judge Judy? They're two psychopaths that go to court for petty shit, small claims court, okay? Instead of just saying, you know what, I have to oversee my own life. I'll take a loss on this, or I'll leave this, or I'll do this. No, they're petty, okay? And so I'm not saying you should never go to court. I'm not saying you won't need legal help sometimes. I'm saying whether it's people contesting a will, whether it's divorce hearings where the lawyers get more money than anyone in the family, it's all a racket only because people cannot oversee their own life. I remember the book of Samuel in the Bible. I read this book too, Al, because I was like, related to my name. So I said, let me see what this guy was talking about. It was this guy, Samuel, in the Bible, where he was like a prophet and he told people that you should be free. But the people kept demanding from Samuel, no, we don't want to be free. We want a king to rule over us. We want oversight. Okay. And he said, be careful what you asking for. You don't want that. And he was like, chill. But they kept bugging him. So you know what he said? All right, fuck it. Here you go. And, who's King David? Okay. Guys, murderer, adulteress. Okay. And this guy's honored. I say masturbate, and I don't agree with some parts of the Bible, and they want to crucify me. Someone who can have a whole book in the Bible, they committed adultery, they murdered people, and then they spoke about love, and you say, oh, we got to listen to it. We can't. Come on, guys. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, okay? And so if you really believe in God, you can think for yourself. If you can't think for yourself, you need oversight. You need oversight. And so I'm not saying you can't use the scriptures or use the legal laws of the land to understand life better. You should. But what I'm here to tell you is what happens in a courtroom. There's no new law. No laws get created in a courtroom. Laws are created in the legislation. Okay. And with the Senate and the Congress. The only thing that happens in the court is the same law is debated between one lawyer and another lawyer. And it's which lawyer can persuade or exhibit the interpretation or the evidence to produce this law this law applies or this law doesn't apply, this is guilty or this is innocent. It's all a persuasion with some evidence. Okay. So guys, it's all episode Just Judy, basically. Good job. Jesse, good comments. Yeah, it's all about the money bag. Marcel, I've been debating whether or not I should continue my degree program. If it isn't vocational with a huge earning potential and much of it sucks. Well, like I said, I think right now you want to be a personal trainer. Like I say, that vocation has a low income. You're going to max $25 an hour. What are you going to school for? Remind me again. But yeah, personal trainer is a very low income. I don't know what you're going to school for. How? That is the one you always say. 13:11. Let me look it up. 1 Corinthians. Hal says 1 Corinthians 13:11. Let me read it. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Hal. He says 1 Corinthians 13:11. See, this one I agree with. Okay, even though I give it a lot, I didn't. When I was a child, I used to speak as a child, think as a child, reason as a child. When I became a man, put away childish things. Thank you, Hal. Good job. Thank you, brother. You say, how can you pick what you believe and what you don't? Well, how can a fat bitch that commits gluttony, which is a deadly sin, how can she go to Chick-fil-A and pick what she wants and what she don't? And Chick-fil-A doesn't offer some medical services on their health care because they don't believe in Obamacare. Hey, guys, look, everyone can pick and choose in a free world, okay? Okay, the gluttony, okay, or the people who say they love God but they don't believe in universal health care. Hey, guys, look, what do you want to do, okay? God says, let there be universal health care. No, hell no, he don't say that, okay? God says, hey, look, everyone pay for themselves. The Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. That's what the Bible's saying, okay? So, hey, guys, look, what do you want to say? I don't know, we all say something. Good job, Hal. Thank you again. Marcel, I am uninterested and uninspired by it, but would be walking away from a potential bachelor's degree after 2.5 years. Well, guys, I mean, I don't want to be uninterested and uninspired in money. You want to be inspired by money, because, so I don't know, again, what you're going to school for. And if you're not already working in that field, I don't think you should, but I don't think you should quit school to become a personal trainer unless you're already working as a personal trainer and you accept the fact that you're going to get maximum $25 an hour. Now, if you're single with no kids, you can do whatever you want, but you can also screw yourself. So, what is the thing you're studying for? Good job. Jesse, these prof legal guardians, Jesse about to break this down, come in and take control, sell your assets, he's smart, and put you in a cheap assisted living and take a cut of your assets. Well, you're either going to do that or you're going to live in a house where your husband hollers at you because he's not trained to deal with dementia. Your son's stuck in the middle. He's hollering at the father. He's giving you subpar care. Hey, guys, look, the bottom line is when you have full dementia or you have a real legit disability, you do not want to live in the house you grew up in with people who can't take care of you, okay? Now, look, do you want to live in an assisted living? No, you don't want it. It's a horrible part of life. But I don't know. There's no easy answer. But that's a good comment, Jesse. Thank you for sharing. Marcel, I'm going to school for translation. Translation? Google does translation. Let me read this. I've already translated a few documents. Translate from what? Spanish to English? The degree would be just proof my expertise. That, what? Hell no, man. It sounds like you going to school for something that's going to make you less money than a personal trainer, man. I never heard no one go to school for translation. Now, hell no, man. Yeah, quit that shit. But I'm telling you right now, man, you're not going to be making that much money as a personal trainer. So, Marcel, man, you got two bad options, man. Shit, man, you at the after-hour spot, and the only people left in the club is two fat chicks, and both of them want to go to Chick-fil-A. And you trying to figure out which one to choose. Well, either way, you fucked. Okay, but I tell you this, man. Whatever you decide, you better get on that on a job. You better start working. Because if you ain't going to school, you better be busting ass. You better be doing personal fitness during the day, no naps. And you better be doing DoorDash at night. They got DoorDash in Spain or wherever, UK? He goes, I translate the German to English. Well, I respect people who can speak multi-languages. And there is a value to that. I don't know how much value Germany to English. Now, if you was down here in Miami, Spanish to English, maybe. Okay. But Google does that shit now. So I think, I definitely think you're going to school for something that does not have a high likelihood of a good income. I think your second option to being a personal trainer, same thing, but, I wouldn't keep spending money to go to school. I would be making money as a personal trainer and DoorDash at night. They got DoorDash over there where you're at. But I would also realize that I got to stay productive, and then I got to figure out what my next step is, because neither one of them are a long-term career. What industry do you want to get into? Medical industry, whether you're going to be a nurse, care, we're just talking about right now. You could be a nurse, you could be taking care of people's family, making big money. You say, well, I don't like the medical industry. Okay, IT. I know they got computers. You're on a computer right now. Do you like anything about IT? So what other industry? Well, medical, IT, there's always the trades, because they always need plumbers, electricians, etc. Anything about that excites you? And again, if you're totally lost, and do the Planet Fitness personal trainer, be a security job officer at night, and DoorDash in between. Those are my thoughts. Good job. Pluto, what would you recommend, Sammy, for something vocational or technical industry? I am looking to make more in a main job, over $25 an hour, to supplement my insurance businesses. I would look at running low voltage cables, fiber optics, like being a level 1 support tech, like in a data center. Like, you're running the fiber, even though they got some robots doing that now, but you're running the fiber cables, you're doing the punch downs on there's still some copper and coax cabling, some. So learn, get into the technical field with regards to low voltage cabling, fiber optics, copper, and even some coax still in some of these IT industry. That's what I would tell you. Now, if you didn't want to do that, that's a light industry with low risk, high reward. If you wanted to get into heavy industry, then you go electrician. That's the next best one, but it's a little dangerous. Depending on what part, you go high voltage, I did some high voltage shit, guys, very dangerous. Okay, so I don't think some people built for that. And I wasn't even built for that. I did what I needed to do, and I got the fuck out of Dodge, okay? So what I would tell you to do is this. A plumber, I don't know, a plumber make good money, but a plumber also ends up having kids. I don't know why. Plumbers end up having a lot of kids, guys, so be careful. Okay? So, yeah, those are my initial thoughts. So what certifications do they have in like that? Yeah, I didn't get into that field. I got into, again, electrician. I became a journeyman electrician. That took 5 years, and then a master electrician. That took another 3 to study for that test, and I had to fail 3 times. So, but I knew a couple people that went to vocationary school for low voltage cabling. I just don't know the certifications because I never went through for that. Pluto, I already have my bachelor's in business and insurance certs. Well, like I said, right now you got too much on your plate, because the other week you were asking me about how do you scale up your business, and you were working 80 hours. So someone working 80 hours, you don't have any more capacity to do anything else. Not at this point. What you need to do is focus your energy on your main job and your side job with the insurance business. And I think you still got DoorDash on the side. But your main job and your insurance business are your 2 focuses. And then over time, if you want to grow your insurance business, you grow that, you scale that up, and then you scale your main job down. And then once your own business is producing good cash flow and you're making net profit over the course of 3 consecutive years on your tax returns, then you go for other schooling. But guys, the only value of schooling is so that you can go work for money. But you have to pay a school to train you. And you only get a return on investment once you work in that field for a period of time. A school degree is not stability. It's not guaranteed income. It's a risk. Okay, so you only mitigate that risk when you work in the field and you make a return on the information you got through the schooling. So a lot of people like school because it's a distraction. It's a nap for most people, not all. So I think right now you got your hands full from what you told me recently. So I wouldn't do anything extra. I would focus like a laser beam on your main or your side job, grow your side job, then slowly dial down your main job, and then do what you want after that. Good job. Go. Marcel, I translate from German to English. Yeah, I don't know much demand for that, man. I never had someone like, I never been on a conference call and say, damn, we need someone to translate from German to English. Never heard, so I'm not saying like maybe you can teach someone, like I would think you're better off learning Filipino. I don't know what language they speak in Philippines, because there's people in the Philippines, they want to learn English so they can marry an English guy, okay, or whatever. Like you want to go to a third one. The language you want to know is a third world country language to teach the locals, because the locals want to know how to speak English. Okay, you know, like that's why Spanish down here in Miami is good, because people from whatever, whether it's the Caribbean, Cuba, South America, they want to learn, even though lots still speak Spanish, they want to learn how to speak English, then get the money back. People don't come from Germany to America to get the money back. There's money back in Germany. So the bridge, Chinese even is still a good language, because, you know what I mean? There's a money bag exchange. There's really no money bag exchange between Germany and America. Like, they selling us Benzes and we're cool with them, but there's not that big gap. Where there's a big gap, third world country or a highly developed country, that's where you want to learn, because that's the people need to bridge that gap. But if you got two countries that make good money that are stable, there's no gap, so there's no need. Anywhere there's a gap, there's a need. If there's no gap, there's no need. Good job. Andre, I'm one of them. I can speak foreign languages, love and respect. I respect anyone who speaks multiple languages. But I wouldn't pay someone. I respect them, but I'm not paying. You know what I mean? It's not a tangible skill set for most languages. Unfortunately, I forgot to speak Italian. Otherwise, there would be 5 languages. Yep. Now I can understand that. Love to you, man. That's an awesome gift that you got there. Marcel, I appreciate your input. I don't speak Spanish. I think we got DoorDash here. I'm currently teaching German and English, making decent money. Are you a teacher in a public school or private? So if you're teaching in what you're going to school for, then if you're making decent money, what is the better money you'd be getting with a degree? Would you be making $30,000 more with a degree? Would you be making $3,000 more? That'll give you the analysis to say, look, it's worth it. Like for me, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to finish my apprenticeship, because when I become a journeyman electrician, even though I hate electrical work, I make a certain amount more money, right? So I wouldn't have kept doing electrical work if I didn't see a path to more profitability. So if you're already teaching school and getting this degree will give you a higher salary that's worth it, then great. If it'll give a small salary, no. What I think is happening is you want to just quit school, you want to quit teaching so you can focus on personal training. Now, should you do it? Again, if you're single with no kids, you do whatever you want. Is it a poor long-term financial decision? It's definitely a higher risk. Because again, no matter how you justify it, personal training will not make you as much money as being a teacher. But it will depend if you're a public school teacher or private school and what's your salary. You need to compare all those things. Be honest with yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying, look, Sam, I don't want to fucking teach anymore. All right, I get it. You want to be a personal trainer. Then you got to run the numbers. All right, if I make $20 an hour at the gym versus what I'm making now versus what I'll be making if I get this degree, you got to run all those numbers. You know what I mean? Why? Because you got to be honest with yourself. But there's nothing wrong. You ain't got to justify shit to me. Yeah, Sam, I want to train fat chicks. I'm with you, bro. Believe me, I want you to train these fat chicks, okay? So, but I don't want you to be broke, okay? Because I care about you. I want you to have that money back. So this is what I'm trying to talk. Let's take out this. Oh, ESP's in the building. Shout out to Alaska. ESP, you need anyone translate German to English out there in Alaska? I know you got some fat chicks in Alaska, I guarantee you. Hey, ESP, you was at Dairy Queen recently. Send some fat chicks over to the UK, man. Marcel about to open a personal training business. Put them over on that boat. Hey, anyway, it's a disaster. Oh my God, it's a disaster. All right, let's stay positive. Let's go back left numbers. Where are we at? I don't even remember anymore. I love you. Marcel, Andre. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. I speak 3. You guys are speaking a lot of language. I speak 1 language, money. Okay. I speak English and money. I speak 2 languages. Okay. And so what I can tell you is this, guys. If I don't speak the language, what I do is I Google that shit. Okay. And if I can't Google it, I'm in the wrong country. Okay. What the fuck am I doing in Germany? I don't want to go to Germany. Guys, if I'm going to Germany, I'll speak German. Okay, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here in Florida. Okay? I'm not even going to Alaska. Hey, ESP, what they speak in Alaska? I know they speak like Sarah Palin. I don't know what they speak up there. All right, let's continue. Pluto, I agree, brother. I love you. Pluto, I have, like you said, 3-footed stool income. That's awesome. Always look at your income like a table. Okay. You got a round table, and then you got legs. Okay. Now I'm blessed right now. I got 4 incomes: a main IT job. Okay. I got YouTube. Okay. I got personal investments, and then I got DoorDash as a 4th. Ideally, you have 4 legs on a stool. Okay. Now, if you got 3, you're still very firm. 2, it's okay. 1, dangerous. Okay. You know, if you got 1 source of income and you taking naps, guys, you're wobbling like a motherfucker. Okay. You're like this. Have I ever been there? Hell yeah. No judgment. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is you got to get in that rhythm. You got to get that income. Good job. Marcel, my school is free. No, it's not free. You're spending time there. It's still a time investment. There you go. And how much is your time? If you were training some fat chick, okay, drinking too much Dunkin' Donuts, what would you be charging per hour? I want you to let me know in the members only chat right now, Marcel. If I was a fat chick, imagine this is a sugary ass drink from Dunkin' Donuts, and I came in the gym, you know, sloshing around with my straw, drinking all sloppy and shit. I got on a pair of yoga pants, but I got Dunkin' Donut rolls, and I say, Marcel, tell me how to use that machine. Tell me how much you gonna charge me, man? I want to know. $25 an hour, 20, and let me know for the currency exchange. See, some of you try to tell me like, yeah, I remember I had some person from the Netherlands. They say, yeah, well, this only cost me so much, but I did the currency exchange. It was a lot of money. So, I back live comments. ESP. She goes, a lot of businesses and corporate documents need to be translated. There are a lot of multinational corporations. When's the last time you worked for one? I don't know. I never heard of that. Okay. I've been in the corporate world for about 15 years. I never heard of that. And I'm not saying I've been in every part of the corporate world. But ESP, if you can be honest with me, I want you to be honest and I'll take the correction. Have you seen more fat chicks that need a personal trainer? Or have you seen more corporations need a translator? You tell me. Because the last time I checked, okay, at least in America, we're in an obesity epidemic, okay, and there's no vaccine, okay? I don't remember. Oh, shit. Where's all the people that can translate this shit? I never heard that shit. So I don't know. I could be wrong on this one. Brandon, $2 super sticker. Cool. Damn it, brother. Shout out to you. I appreciate that, Brandon. Love to you, man. Appreciation. What I can tell you is this. I want to thank you, Brandon. Marcel says he charged $40 to $50 an hour. Damn! Hell no! Who's gonna pay that? Oh my God, man, that's more than a union electrician. Any fat chicks in a live for you right now? Well, I want to let you. Would you ever pay? There's no way. I don't know anyone that would pay $40, $50 an hour. See, you don't know the price game. People won't even spend $10 or $20 a month to sign up for the gym. Now, some people spend $10, $20 a month. A month. I don't know anyone, in my experience in life, at least 90, I don't know anyone that will spend $40, $50 an hour to get personally trained. If anyone in here disagrees, like ESP, you know anyone from Alaska that would do that? Marcel says you charge less for tutoring than you do personal training? I think you overcharge. I think you got that reversed. I think it should be $50 an hour for translating. And I think it should be $25 an hour for personal training, because I think you outpriced your market. You know, now that's my opinion. You could prove me wrong, but this is my opinion. All right, back left comments. ESP, it is possible to make good income translating if you have the right clients and expertise, consistency, and that's why I tell you, you gotta stay with something. You gotta work it. But it sounds to me like Marcel wants to leave. You know, it's been sounding like that for a couple of weeks. I don't know if you've been watching ESP, but Marcel's been telling me like, look, I want to train fat chicks. That's what he's been telling me. I think I've been hearing that. And so it's like it doesn't sound like he's committed to being a translator. And so I don't, if he's not committed to being a translator, he's never going to build the clientele, because how do you build clients? Consistency, long term. So, but I agree with your statement. Let's continue. She goes, I have a few friends who translate professionally. How much money they make, ESP? They broke? They broke as fuck? They shopping at the Dollar Tree? Let me know, ESP. Marcel, private. I'm a tutor. My degree does not give me any extra salary as a tutor. Yeah, I think you got the answer because I don't think you want to be there. And I don't think your heart's in it. I don't think you'll be consistent. And now, again, my heart was not in electrical work, but my desire was for money bag, and I was consistent. So, you got to figure out what you want out of life, And, it's your life. I mean, I'm speaking rough here, but I'm just sharing. Adam, Sam, great message tonight. Thank you. Much respect. Same back to you. Dinner time. Be safe. Love to you and your family. Adam, thank you. Peace be with you, brother. Love to you, man. And your family. Marcel, laughing good. Laughter is good for the soul. Yes, Pete. Translators make money here in Alaska, working for the court systems. We have a lot of refugees here. Really? From where? Not many Germans. Where are they from? Russia? But we do have elementary school here that conducts classes in all German. All right. Keeping up with Bree. She's a nurse. She's in the medical field making money. $1.99 super chat. What I want to tell you is this. Bree knows how to translate working as a nurse to a direct deposit every 2 weeks. And what I want to tell you is this, Bree. Okay. I want you to stay single. I want you to secure the bag. Okay. And I want you to take care of your emotional, mental, and physical health. Why? Because in 2021, you can be an independent woman without marrying Jay-Z. And in my opinion, I think Beyonce regrets marrying Jay-Z. She said she would have got divorced if it wasn't for the kids. Why? Because I think in today's society, I think you can do a lot of things by yourself. Not for everyone, for a lot of people. Now, that's why I asked Marcel, too. Look, if he's single, if Marcel is single and he has no kids, he can do whatever he wants. He can go do nothing. Now, if he's got 2 kids or whatever, he's got more responsibility. So, Marcel, look, if you ain't got no kids, you can go take a nap. Like, it don't matter. But if you want to get ahead in life, you gotta get on your game. And when you're young, when you're in your 20s and your 30s, that's the time to pay your dues. That's the time to be an apprentice. That's the time to work the night shift at the medical facility and change diapers. Because when you're in your 40s and 50s, now you become a supervisor, a director. Now you make the money. When you're in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, you're not even on social media. Why? Because what you're doing is at a whole nother level of financial literacy. Okay. And so what you want to do in life is pay your dues in your 20s, reposition in your 30s, capitalize in your 40s, retire early in your 50s, and in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, hey guys, look, like I say, you may be taking naps, okay, because you're starting to downshift, okay? That's why I got a couple girls in their 50s that want to holler at me before they get too old. And I'm not mad at that because I hollered at a couple girls in their 50s, okay? But what I want to tell you is this, I'm sweating like a juicy pineapple. Okay? I should be charging, 25, what would he say? He said he's charging $40 to $50 an hour. That's how much Marcel going to charge you to get in shape. I don't know, Marcel. That's going to be tough, man. You got to be able to sell, too. See, even as a personal trainer, you got to have a sales pitch. Like, Marcel, what's your sales pitch? You meet somebody, say, I'm a personal trainer. Like, see, when you become an entrepreneur, whether you're selling insurance, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're anything in life where you are basically trying to provide a service that costs, you have to, and you're the one owning that business, you have to be able to sell it. And you have to be able to communicate and ask. It's like, so if you're going to work for Planet Fitness, then look, you're going to get paid $10, $20 an hour, whatever. If you're going to be a private personal trainer, you got to start to learn to develop sales. Because you got to sell. If you're not selling, you're not money bagging. If you're not money bagging, you're napping. And if you're napping, guys, you're in your 60s, 70s days. And if you're napping in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, you're going to be broke as fuck in your 60s, 70s, 80s. Because if you think you got energy to personal train in your 60s, 70s, you got your mind. Okay. So, what I want to tell you tonight, in order to leave a situation, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a location, the amount of planning and focus needs to be taken serious. Why? Because it's a major disruption. When you leave your job, when you leave your school, when you leave your relationship, when you leave your guys, there's stress, instability is real. You know, like you hear risk reward. Guys, both parts of that are real. There's a reward and there's a risk, okay? And you have to understand the calculations and the intensity and the focus needed behind those serious decisions. Most people are not going to leave. Most people are going to do the same shit their entire life. To change is to basically be godly. I mean, you're doing a miracle. You know, like, you look at the Bible, like I know my man Hal throughout the Bible a little bit. You look at the Bible, the ability to change was almost basically the definition of a miracle in many instances. To go from one area to another, miracle. To change this person's mind, to change this toxic relationship, this oppression. It was a miracle to be able to get out of it. And I tell you, I believe in faith. I do not believe I'd be where I'm at without faith. And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the scriptures. I'm thankful for everything. But without the work, without the refining of the fire, there's no sweat. When there's no sweat, there's naps. When there's naps, guys, there's death. Wouldn't I say? Sleeping, guys, it's the cousin of death. However, you need a healthy sleep cycle, 6 to 8 hours a night. And you get that by not napping and staying productive. Good job. All right, let's go back live. I'm sweating my ass off, guys. It's getting hot in South Florida, man. I'm drenched. Where was I? I'm going back live comments. Yeah, ESP was talking about translators. She goes, ESP, the Anchorage School District has over 100 language represented from the students here. Marcel, at ESP, appreciate the info. Andre, don't go to Germany. Sam, it's always cold. Well, I ain't even going back to Jersey unless there's a hurricane. You ain't got to worry about that, man. He goes, I remember many years ago, summer, we only had 2 weeks of sun. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Andre. Yeah, even if they give me a Benz, I ain't going over there. Thank you, man. God bless you, Andre. Andre's been around the world. ESP. Everything from several native Alaskan languages, Russian, Spanish. Well, I don't know about Spanish, because the other day I was talking about Haitian, sapase, and you was talking about como está. I was like, that's not Haitian, that's Spanish. He was like, oh, my bad. I don't know this next one. Oh, Somalian, like the Hawaiian stuff. Filipino, that's a good language. And Korean. Yeah, Korean's a good language, too. I appreciate you sharing ESP. ESP's got some wisdom. Thank you again, Brandon. I appreciate that tip, man. Thank you, Brandon. Marcel, your charging fees are backwards, man, in my opinion. I think you got to reverse that charging metrics. Keeping up a Bray, thank you again. You're in the medical field. You banging it out. You're getting that money. You're in a great field. Take care of yourself. We love you, Bray. It's great to see you. Beautiful. I saw some guy try to holler at you today on one of the comment section. He goes, he's a good guy. He's a good commenter. But I'm always like, yo, be careful. Because people see the profiles, man. They get all excited, man. Man, if I was a hot chick, I'd be making a killing, man. I see these hot chicks, man. They better make that money when they can, man. Because, I don't know, man. But everyone's got their own hustle. Marcel, single forever. Well, that mitigates your risk. Marcel, my parents put pressure on me to be an intellectual. The reason. Yeah, well, I think it's good that they gave you a direction. I think it was good. My father gave me a direction with regards to getting in the trades. I think it's great to get that certification. I'm not saying you need a master's degree, but you get some certification. But then after 5 years or whatever, then you do whatever you want. So, but you have to calculate the cost, because when you make an adult decision to leave your job, then you need to understand the financial and the emotional implications. And you need to own the fact that there's going to be some tough times ahead. However, there could be some great times ahead, because you don't want to live a life that's not yours, your parents'. So you have to kind of balance those two thought processes out. Good job. Marcel, I got into a degree program. Well, that wasn't a bad thing. I think your parents love you like mine did. But I always told them straight up, like, I'll do what I got to do to get where I got to get, and then I'm going to change. And, when I changed, there was some disruption, but, I don't think that's a bad thing that they try to, get you steered in the right direction. Marcel, I want to remind you that your brain doesn't fully develop till 25. You don't know yourself until 35. The problem is people wake up at the age of 35. By then, they're married or they have 1 or 2 kids, and it's too late for them to change many things. However, even if they're 35 with 2 kids, should they still leave? Yes. Because if you're unhappy, if you're unfulfilled, you should still leave. However, you need to do it responsibly. You're going to need to work maybe 2 jobs. You got to take care of your responsibilities. And so you got to figure all that out. But if you're single with no kids, guys, again, you could DoorDash and be all right. Now, you may not get ahead, but you get by. Marcel, I thought about my selling point. It has to be my looks. All right, well, I'm not mad at you. And in depth, not a lot of gay people, too. Yeah, you make a lot of money, like, selling to some gay guys. He goes, in depth, not, because, the women cheat, man. Like, don't forget, like, I know a couple girls, and it was Christian. They would go to the gym instructor, and they were looking good, okay? And they wear their yoga pants, and they were trying to get some free gym membership. Yeah. So you thinking you look good, but I'll tell you right now, you ain't got nothing on these women that going to the gym getting some free shit. Now, you're going to have to hustle to the gay guys. Are you prepared, okay, to train, okay, a gay or transgender person that want to get with you? If you're not prepared for that, you're going to have to shoot for the fat, ugly chick market. Because good-looking girls, they're not giving out the money back. Okay? They're trying to take the money back because they got better looks. They got more looks. So you got to understand, like, you're dealing with a lot of psychological warfare. The gym is a psychological warfare. The people who really go to the gym to get their life together, they don't talk to no one. They go there to do what the fuck they need to do to get the fuck out of Dodge. The people that treat the gym like the dating scene, like the church, they go in there and there's all types of dysfunctional shit, okay? And they're wiping down the machines, but they're not wiping down their life. And when you become a personal trainer, you're going to become a therapist. Like you hear me say in some of my videos, I'm not your therapist. Because many people try to put their emotional shit on me as a YouTuber, okay? As an entertainer, classified by 1099. It's not a therapist. It's an entertainer YouTuber, okay? And so you got to check people, okay? Now, guys, when I check people, I lose people, okay? I'm just fortunate where I can take more risk because I don't need the money like that. It's a side hustle. But if you quit your teaching job, you can't say, all right, you do this, you do that, this is that. And hell no. You're going to be out here panhandling for people to sign up. And if one of these people say, I'm not going to sign up anymore, I don't like the way you train me, what you going to do? Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, but I want you to be ready for this. Like I said, many people want to be a YouTuber. Then they start uploading videos, they got hit in the mouth by a troll or no one watched them, and they folded up like a wet paper towel. They didn't really want to do something. So if you want to be a personal trainer, you got to get focused, okay? If you want to be a YouTuber, and it got to be on the side, you got to get focused. Because, guys, you're going into a level of, warfare, physically, psychologically, and you have to be focused to get your job done, okay? Some people treat YouTube like it's a party line. And they're not getting shit done. They're getting all gossip, slander, crazy shit. Some people treat the gym like that's where you go when you get a divorce to meet your next person. That's why they're all fucked up now. You have to treat your environment, okay, for what it is, okay? And some people don't like that. So you know what they do? Thumbs down. You know what I say? You're watching the wrong channel, okay? This ain't your channel. Get out my gym. Yeah, they don't like that, okay? But you know what I say? I don't care. Okay. Now, you can't say that when you run the gym and you need that to survive. So, that's the value of living below your means. That's the value, though, of being consistent. That's the value of not taking naps. Because when you take a nap, there's a spiteful motherfucker creating a fake profile, spreading all types of shit on your channel. When you take a nap, there's another aggressive personal trainer who just snatched up Keeping Up with Bree. Okay? Every time you take a nap, someone's on their job. When you're on your job, someone's taking a nap. Never forget it. Put that on a t-shirt in Alaska, put it in German, put it in Philippine, put it in Russian. When you're on your job, someone's taking a nap. When you're taking a nap, someone's on their job. Never forget it. The time to sleep is at night, unless you work the night shift. That's it. You don't sleep during the day, guys, unless you're severely elderly or disabled, or on a lot of medication for some crazy shit. All right, let's take our dressing break, go back live comments. Click that blue join button, okay? I'm a personal trainer. I'm trying to sign you up, okay? Thank you for all the love on the super chats and the members. Thank you. All right, back live comments. Marcel, I thought about selling. I read this right. Hal, I love you, brother. Keeping Up with Bree, another baddie. Yeah, a lot of people won't get with Keeping Up with Bree, man. But Keeping Up with Bree knows. She knows that, it's not easy mentally sharing your life publicly. And I tell Keeping Up with Bree, she's in the right industry. Focus on that money bag in nursing. These fucking broke-ass psychopaths online, they'll fuck your life up. Marcel, I want to be a PT to secure the bag and live the surfer life in Cali, not to get with someone. Well, all right. I'm not mad at you, brother. We spoke on a lot of things that you got to focus on, and I believe in you can do it. And but I want you to be ready. I want you to be prepared. I want you to put an action plan together. I want you to focus on that action plan. I want you to break it down into small steps. I want you to take it one step at a time. And I want you to secure your work visa. Or I want you to marry an American, whatever you got to do to get over here. But you got to go through all the steps you got to do. So, like step one, if you want to go North Cali, step one is you have to secure a work visa. And then step two is you got to secure a job. And then step three is you got to figure out how much your rent is going to cost in North Cali because it's high. And you got to figure out how do you transition? How do you shut down your main job? And are you willing to do this alone? Because you're going to leave your family, your friends, everyone behind. You ready for that? That's an emotional, tough thing. It was still tough for me, and I'm an independent soul. Do I believe you can do it? I believe anyone can do. I don't want to say anything, but I believe people can do so much. And I don't know. I know this. If you have a desire, and if you use wisdom, and if you take things in small steps, and once in a while a big step, I believe you can do it. And so I hope my words helped you. I hope my words helped everyone out there. And I gave it my all, okay? And I thank everyone for watching. Love to you. It's great to see everyone tonight, and thank you. Marcel says, visa's not an issue. I am most worried about finding a job and leaving my family behind. Well, that's the biggest thing. The biggest reason people don't leave is their family. Right now, every time I go to Planet Fitness, there's a big-ass sign, now hiring. Every time. But every time someone moves to Florida, they end up moving back. Why? Family. People don't realize, guys, what it takes to live on your own. Okay? The emotional ties. I know people right now, they're suffering in Massachusetts. Why? They don't want to leave their family. They're not even talking to their family. ESP's in here. I love her. She said goodnight. I love you, ESP. I guarantee you, ESP, I want to ask you this. I hope you're still in here. ESP was thinking about going to leave Alaska, at least for the winter, and go to California, I think Southern Cal. Now, I know the coronavirus was a big part of the decision, and she didn't go. But I want to ask you this, ESP. Next year, if the coronavirus is gone or maintained, or, whatever, if the coronavirus is not an issue, can you say that you are emotionally ready to have thousands of miles separate you and your mother and your sister? That is a tough thing. Most people cannot do it. It doesn't make you a better or worse person if you can do it. I want to share with you tonight that never underestimate how hard it is to leave someone. Most people will not do it, even if it's toxic. And borderline, they got a 50-50 shot, even if it's not toxic. Even if it's a great relationship, and even if your parents or your lovers say, yeah, look, go do you, we love you, it's still hard. And to be honest, I mean, sometimes when I think about buying a home base, one of the hard parts is I know that I'm kind of like making a permanent decision to spend most of my time here, even though I already am, and not going back up north. Now, I'm still going to go back up north during hurricane season, see my mom periodically. But, that's still a big thing. ESP's laughing. Thousands of miles separate us now. Do they? Where do they live at? My sister and mother live on different corners of the earth. Oh, do they? I didn't know that. Well, thank you for sharing. So, ESP, what emotionally, are you ready to leave Alaska if the coronavirus is gone? I don't know. I know you like that Dairy Queen over there. Now, I know you're not big. You're skinny because I saw your leg. Your leg wasn't too big. It wasn't big at all. So, ESP, are you ready to not be in your same 30-mile radius? To not see that Dairy Queen that you see every day? To not see that Walmart where all the nomads are? I saw that video. Are you ready to go to a whole nother place? That's a very hard thing. ESP goes, we FaceTime and talk on the phone. I love technology. A lot. I like that. The pandemic didn't change anything for me. Well, yeah, it changed something for you. I watch your videos. And what I heard you say, unless you was lying, you said that the reason you decided to stay in Alaska in the winter was mainly due to the pandemic. And my question to you is, if the pandemic is over next winter, do you plan on leaving Alaska? That's an emotion. That's hard to leave, guys. It's not easy. It was hard for me. And you know how much I hate Jersey. For me to leave New Jersey in October or whenever I left this year. Because we just get into this pattern, this rhythm of being around our comfortable surroundings. David, good to see you, David. I left my sister and her jealous husband. Because it was toxic, still is. David, you nailed it, brother. Once it's toxic, it's always toxic, okay? And what I can tell you is this, brother. You keep pushing forward in your life, man. You made the right decision. Even though I know it's still painful, never forget it. They ain't going to change. And even if they change, don't matter. You got to live your own life. Good job, brother. I'm proud of you, man. I appreciate you sharing that. ESP. I actually went to Dairy Queen twice. Wait a second. She goes, I actually went to Dairy Queen twice recently. I know you did. One time. Yeah, I know you ain't videoing all the time. I know you ain't videoing all the time. That's like you videoing every time you masturbate. I think, hey, ESP, you tell me if I'm wrong, ESP. You tell me if I'm wrong. ESP, on the average week, do you go to Dairy Queen more or do you masturbate more? Now, if I had to choose, I think ESP going to Dairy Queen more, but I want to see what she got to say. She goes, yeah, I actually went to Dairy Queen twice recently. One time I was videoed it, yeah, you didn't, and I don't go to Dairy Queen a lot. Okay, well, you tell me what you did more, masturbate or Dairy Queen. Because I believe that the peanut butter Buster Parfait has seen more of your insides than the dildo. Now, that's not to be rude, because you know I respect you, ESP. I'm not trying to be rude. But I want to, like, really understand what makes people tick. You know, I know plenty of people told me, I don't give a shit about no dick. I don't give a shit about, whatever. I care about food and money or whatever. And I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry, I got a little bit. I love you. ESP, you know I love you. I respect you. Kathy. I want to be emotionally free. It's not easy. So I don't see myself having relationships or kids. Well, yeah, that's the only way to do it. I'm not saying everyone should do it, but I think for me, I agree with you. I'm on the same page with you, Kathy. Maria. Hey, Maria, I saw you change your name. Now you're Maria Cassie. I saw that when you changed it. He goes, hi, I'm late. That's okay. Laughing good, left is good for soul. We love you, ESP. ESP, don't be mad at me. I see ESP throwing her damn peanut butter Buster Parfait at the phone. Fuck you, Sam. I love you, ESP. Don't be mad. Maria, I see myself having a relationship, no kids. Oh, that's impossible. Now, unless you get a vasectomy, shout out to my man Phineas for the guy. Oh, you gotta get your tubes tied. Because Maria, this is my opinion, I could be wrong. If you get in a relationship with a guy, unless a guy, he wants to cream pie you. Okay. I don't know any guy that usually wants to wear a condom or a guy that has a vasectomy. Very few. Not too many smart guys out there, I hate to say it. Okay. So, Maria, what's going to happen? Okay. You're not going to be going to Dairy Queen. Why? Because when you're getting dick, you ain't going to Dairy Queen because you're conscious of how you look. Okay. When you don't care about no, that's how you say inspirational nomad. When you became obese, what happened? I didn't care how anybody saw because I stopped getting with girls. Okay. Now, and I said, fuck it. Now, I still some girls want to get with me because I got a good personality, but I'm being honest with you. So after I stopped dating, I said, fuck it, I'm going to let my body go. What am I keeping my shit up for? Okay. So if Maria's getting with a guy because she says she sees herself in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, you're not having sex, you're not in a relationship, you're in a friendship. So if you're in a relationship, you're keeping your body somewhat up. And if you're keeping your body up and he's getting hard and he's banging out, he wants to cream pie. And I'm not talking about like a Dairy Queen cream pie. I'm talking about he wants to cream pie the cooch. So your coochie, okay, is going to end up looking like a Starbucks with whipped cream on the top. And you said you don't want kids, but you just ordered a frappe with whipped cream on the top. Okay? You know, it's like you saying, yeah, I want to lose weight, but I'll take a frappe with whipped cream on the top. I mean, come on, man. Hey, Marcel, you still here? How much you going to charge for this damn personal fitness training advice I'm giving out here, man? You guys are taking too many naps, man. You are not focused. All right, let's take pause. ESP, Sam. I went to. Oh man, we talking about Dairy Queen. I went to. Oh, did I read this right? Oh no, wait. She said it again. Sam, I went to Dairy Queen 2 times recently. Okay, yeah. And anytime someone tells you like how much debt you got, I got $2,000 worth of debt. Make it 2 times 6. They got $12,000 worth of debt. So if ESP, because I used to be obese. If ESP says she went to Dairy Queen twice, I'm gonna say 2 times 6. Last week she went 12 times. All right. When I recently, I mean in the last year, yeah, while you were skinny, I saw your leg. You were skinny. I'm not gonna lie. You can draw your own. Well, I would say you fat bastard. If I didn't see that video when you showed your leg. Now, if that was really your leg, if that wasn't a prosthetic leg, then I would agree with you. You know, but if I didn't see that leg, in my mind, I would think you look like Precious. Now, you may still look like Precious, and I wouldn't be mad at you. But I want to tell you tonight, okay, that there's some people. I know a guy. He would eat whatever he wants. And he was skinny as a rail. He has something like a metabolism like he never gained weight. For me, guys, if I have one thing of Starburst, like, you know, I get bloated. Okay. However, what I want to tell you is how we start talking about Dairy Queen. ESP, weren't we talking about leaving Alaska? How are we getting to this whole Dairy Queen thing? I don't even remember what we were talking about now. I thought we were talking about emotionally leaving Alaska. We're all fucked up now. Maria? Yes, that's my middle name, Cassie. Okay. Love to you, Maria. Marcel's laughing on the ground. Good. Laughter's good for soul. Maria. No, I have fibroids. Yeah, well, that's what happened. You get big then, right? I can't. Oh, no, that's something else. I thought you said thyroid. Got a couple big chicks tell me like they got bad thyroid. They get big. Now, I don't know about the thyroid. Hey, I'm not a personal trainer, guys. I'm a YouTuber. Like, on my 1099, guys, it says YouTube entertainer, not personal trainer. So I don't know if the thyroid or the fibroid, I'm not sure the difference. She goes, I have fibroids. I can't have kids. Well, he definitely going cream pie. I'm not. And I don't mean to say that. Well, yeah, you know what it is. Oh, you're too old? How? Oh, I'm not gonna never ask someone how old they are. A woman. I don't want to be disrespectful. Maria goes, I need to lose a lot of weight. You old and you need to lose weight? Shit. You ain't getting no relationship? What you talking about? But you gotta keep the hope alive. David. By the way, you middle-aged. You middle-aged. You ain't that old. I'm keeping my eye on some. Okay. David, by the way, I deliver for a local pizza shop in Pennsylvania. I think it pays pretty good. Oh, yeah. Pizza delivery, you can make money. I made some money working pizzeria. Not too much. But the problem is, like, when you're not delivering, they still want you to, like, stock the shelves and do stuff. And that could become a pain in the ass. Marcel, I'm going to charge $60 an hour for this quality advice. Yeah, well, yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, man. Marcel, everyone knows vegetarians are skinny. Now, vegetarians aren't skinny. I had an Indian friend. He was like, yeah, all my family's vegetarian because our culture, we don't believe in eating meat. And I said, well, why is everyone overweight? Your family is like, he's like, because they put all the vegetables in oil. When you saute your vegetables in oil, that's fattening, man. So not necessarily, and you can still eat a lot of sugar and be a vegetarian, be fat, you know. Maria, I love you. Maria, fibroids, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Are tumors on the uterus? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Maria, I'm 43. You still middle-aged. You still got some good years left. But I'm not mad if you just want to eat and chill, but take care of your health. And I'm sorry to hear about your fibroids. All right, guys and girls, I love you. Forgive me for going ozone layer. Hope I didn't hurt anyone out there. You know, I'm just joking. Well, I'm an entertainer. But, you know, I mean, no, I'm not saying, I hope I'm not hurting anyone. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you next one.